It's almost crochetin'. I like that. It's almost crochet season. It is time to get out your hook and your yarn and start making blankets. I've got a roundup of 15 crochet blankets, perfect for fall. You may as well go ahead right now and share this video with a friend so they can crochet up the blankets with you. Do you want to know what they are? Let me tell you about them. First up on the list is the community garden blanket. This is a corner to corner blanket where we're going to make up different corner to corner squares that are all community garden themed. This was initially a crochet along hosted by Sunflower Cottage Crochet using worsted weight yarn in a size H 5mm hook. There are some patterns like ladybug, pumpkin, sunshine, digging in the dirt, carrot, sunflowers, strawberries, things like that. I submitted 2 patterns for this crochet along. Mine's the pumpkin and then a little shovel digging in the dirt. This is just a great pattern. You make individual squares and we seam them together to make this community garden blanket. These gorgeous squares are perfect for celebrating the bounty of the garden harvest this fall. Next up, we have another corner to corner blanket, very similar to the one I just talked about. It's called the Harvest corner to corner blanket. This was also a cowl. It was hosted by Eclair Makery. It also has those harvest and fall feels to it. There's squirrels. I did a maple leaf, a basket of apples, a barn, tractor, things like that. You know what you could do is you could mix and match these blankets if you wanted, if you like certain aspects of one. I think the squares are the same size, so you can mix and match if you wanted. That'd be kind of fun to do. This one uses worsted weight in a size J hook, but that can easily be adjusted so that you can match the tension for both of those blankets. Next, we have a mosaic pattern. That's right, my mosaic pumpkins pattern. This was initially like just a section of a blanket for my monthly mosaic mystery cowl back in 2022, but you can easily adapt this pattern into a blanket. Instead of just doing a stripe, you can repeat it as many times as you want in order to get whatever size blanket that you want. So it uses overlay mosaic crochet technique featuring these fun pumpkins. I used worsted weight yarn and a size H 5mm hook. That chart is free on my website, or you can purchase the ebook, the pattern book for the monthly mosaic mystery cowl for the written instructions. Don't worry if you don't want to buy all that. I do have tutorials and everything on how to do overlay mosaic technique. I teach you how to read the chart. Go ahead and check that out and let's make some mosaic pumpkins. If you're looking to crochet a blanket that has fall vibes, but not necessarily pictures of anything like pictures of pumpkins, pictures of leaves, how about you try this fall feels blanket? This pattern is found on the Banana Moon's website. It features worsted weight yarn in a size J 6mm hook. This blanket is perfect if you like crochet textures. It's got 6 different blanket squares. You'll be repeating those 6 different squares in different fall colors and then seaming them all together. Really makes the perfect fall vibes, fall feels blanket. This next blanket is from I Love Knots. It's called Through the Window Afghan. This is another textured blanket and it uses some fun double crochet technique that you can see some bright colors on the other sides. You can make those colors fall themed. That'd be perfect for fall. It uses worsted weight yarn in a size J 6mm hook. This pattern does come in 11 different sizes on there, so you don't have to do the math if you want to make a baby blanket versus like a big throw. She already does that for you, so perfect. Okay, next up is a pattern from Jan Crochet. It's called the Classic Baby Blanket Pattern. This blanket uses a DK or lightweight yarn in a size J 6mm hook. This beginner-friendly stitch pattern is very easy to learn and very quick to work up. For a gender-neutral look that's perfect for fall, you can crochet this blanket up in different shades of tan. This blanket is warm but not too thick and doesn't have any big holes for like babies to get their fingers stuck in. This buffalo plaid blanket that you can find on a Crocheted Simplicity is worked with the griddle stitch in corner to corner technique and uses some basic tapestry colorwork technique as well. This blanket captures the warmth and the comfort of that favorite plaid shirt. I know that I have one. Calls for worsted weight yarn in a size J 6mm hook. You can crochet this blanket up for the fall and then leave it out all winter long because it's a perfect Christmas blanket. Next up is the herringbone half double crochet blanket. Have you ever tried this technique? It's really actually pretty simple. When you go back and forth rows, the stitches slant a little bit, so it makes this fun little zigzag herringbone pattern. So it's a very easy stitch repeat that you can work this blanket up in no time. Choose different fall colors for that perfect autumn blanket. The pattern calls for worsted weight yarn in a size I 5.5mm hook, and you can find it on Easy Crochet. This blanket is called the Harmony Textured Throw Blanket. This one was another collaborative cowl that I was part of. So each of us designers designed a different stripe in the blanket. They all feature different textured stitches and different stitch techniques. That include stitches like baubles and puffs and popcorns and cables. Oh my! I contributed my Georgia pattern to this that features the baubles and the cables. So fun. One of my first patterns, and I was so excited to include it as a blanket stripe. This crochet along was hosted by Made by Goody and a Loophole Fox. It uses worsted weight yarn in a size H 5mm hook. Next we have another pumpkin themed blanket. This one's called the Pumpkin Patch Blanket. This tapestry crochet blanket features two different styles of pumpkins, one solid and one plaid. It is a Afghan pattern that has some crochet charts that you can follow. So if you're new to Afghans, new to tapestry crochet, this pattern is perfect for you, and it's perfect for the fall. This pattern is on Blackstone Designs, and it features worsted weight yarn in a size H 5mm hook. This next blanket comes from Rich Textures Crochet. It's called the Benjamin Throw. This has some muted earth tones that are perfect for fall, and it uses the moss stitch. It's an easy repeat, and you'll be making this blanket up in no time. Perfect for like binge watching Gilmore Girls or whatever show you like to watch. Or maybe you listen to audiobooks, whatever. Kind of a mindless pattern. The pattern also teaches you how to do ribbed edging on the top and the bottom to add some extra texture in there for you. This blanket also calls for worsted weight yarn in a size H 5mm hook. Essentially like a theme. Worsted weight yarn and like a 5 or a 6mm hook. Yeah, be good to go. Here we have another easy stitch pattern that doesn't require any fancy color work. It is the Mountain Trail blanket that you can find on Nana's Crafty Home. To get this fun multicolored look, you don't need to do any fancy color changes. You're going to have two different colorways of the same self-striping yarn. You want to have like a light colorway and a dark colorway, and then it just does some self-striping, so you don't have to change colors throughout. You just switch between these two, and it's so fun. It kind of reminds me of like a woven fabric. If you fall in love with the stitch pattern, you'll be happy to know that there's a whole line of similar patterns, including garments. And this pattern calls for, you guessed it, worsted weight yarn in a 5mm hook, size H. This Concentric Squares throw blanket, say that 10 times fast. This concentric squares. This concentric squares throw blanket was designed by Divine Debris, and it's a corner blanket featuring all these squares that will seam together to make a bigger throw. It looks stunning in these two different colors, but imagine this as like a stash busting blanket. That could be really fun too. This one calls for worsted weight yarn, but a size G 4mm hook, just to make your tension a little bit tighter. Pretty fun. If you like working up smaller squares that you seam them together, I've got another one of those for you. This is the fall themed blanket. This features different solid colors, granny squares that you add fall themed appliques to. Each of these motifs captures a different theme for autumn, like basket of apples, sunflowers, pumpkins, things like that. And these appliques by themselves would be really fun if you just want to crochet them up and add a magnet to them, or put them on whatever you want. If you're not in the mood to make up this granny square blanket, add these appliques to anything and it's like fall themed everything. Woo! You're going to need worsted weight yarn and then a bunch of different sizes of hooks depending on which appliques you make. You can find this pattern on Maria's Blue Crayons. Last on my list is another corner to corner blanket. It's called the Vintage Pumpkin Truck pattern. This cute truck pattern is found on Left and Knots. It has corner to corner colorwork technique. Instructions are included for right-handed crocheters and left-handed crocheters so that everybody can master this corner to corner technique. You're going to need worsted weight yarn in a size I 5mm hook. Okay, that pattern wraps up this roundup of my fall themed crochet blankets. Leave me a comment down below. Which one of these has been your favorite? I hope that you were inspired by them all. If there are more fall themed blankets out there that are your favorites, please leave links in the comments below so that we all can be inspired together. Please like this video so that more people can find it, and then share this video with your friend. Click that little pointy arrow and text it to your friends or your crochet group, whatever. Let's start making these fall blankets this year. As always, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell so you're notified anytime I come out with more roundups or yarn related content such as this. You guys are the best. Happy fall and happy crocheting.